We know that why this operation was conducted. It was conducted in the aftermath of the Pahalgam terror attacks. Pahalgam terror attacks, April 22, 2025, where 26 civilians were killed. 25 of them were Indian citizens and one was a Nepali citizen. Perpetrator claimed by the Resistance Front, TRF. TRF is considered to be a proxy organization of Lashkar-e-Taiba. Lashkar-e-Taiba has largely been underground since 2019 and it has created its proxy in the form of the Resistance Front, which has, which claimed responsibility for this attack. The response, Operation Sindoor, a precision retaliation by the Indian Armed Forces. You need to understand the meaning of this word, precision retaliation. Our attacks were precise, our attacks were targeted. Precise on the terrorist infrastructures. We did not target the civilian areas. We did not target the military establishments. Only the terror infrastructure, and that was based on our intel inputs, credible intel inputs. There were 9 places which were targeted and all of them were terror infrastructures. Like Bhabalpur is considered to be the headquarters of Jaish-e-Mohammed. Muridke, again LET camps are there. It is kind of a terror launchpad into India. Muzaffarabad, we'll see the places. All these were terrorist infrastructures. Now, when this Operation Sindoor happened, 7th of May, so 22nd of April, responded on 7th of May. Operation type, it was a precision air and missile strike from the Indian territory. Target groups, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Lashkar-e-Taiba, these were the main target groups. But yes, it is believed that some infrastructure of Hizbul Mujahideen was also targeted. Terror sites hit, 9 in total, 4 are in Pakistan and 5 in Pakistan-occupied Jammu Kashmir. Key camps and facilities in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir targeted. Key technologies used, Rafale jets were used, scalp missiles, hammer bombs, loitering drones. What are these? In detail we will see, because that is of importance to us as aspirants. Duration of this operation was approximately 23 minutes and nature of operation was focused, non-escalatory, intelligence driven, civilian safe. I hope you know the meaning of every word over here. Non-escalatory means we had no intention to escalate conflict with the government of Pakistan, with the state of Pakistan. That is why we did not target their establishments, the military and all. Targeted only the terrorist establishment. Ab wo alag baat hai, they are harboring the terrorists or they are supporting the terrorists, then they might be offended. A terror infrastructure target. Location, Markaz Subhanallah, Bhabalpur, JEM headquarters. It is believed that the family members of JEM chief Maulana Masood Azhar have been killed. His brother also has been killed, who was the mastermind of IC-814 hijacking. And as a result of IC-814 hijacking, we had to release Masood Azhar, who was in the Indian jail at that time. And he went out and he established Jaish-e-Mohammed there. If this all is true, then yes, it is a major breakthrough or victory for India. Then Markaz Taiba, Muridke, LET base and ideological hub. Maimuna Joya, Sialkot, Hizbul Mujahideen training camp it is. Markaz Ahle Hadith, Barnala, LET linked religious indoctrination center. Sayyidina Bilal camp, Muzaffarabad, this is in POJK, Jaish-e-Mohammed training center. Shwawai Nala camp, Muzaffarabad, LET operational cell. So in Muzaffarabad, Jaish-e-Mohammed is also active and LET is also active. Makaz Rahil Shahid Kotli, Hizbul Mujahideen operation base. Markaz Abbas Kotli, JEM safe house, Jaish-e-Mohammed safe house, and Sarjal facility, Tehra Kalan, IEDs and weapons storage depot. These were the sites which were targeted. And if you see these sites on the map, so you will see that Muzaffarabad, POJK, Kotli, POJK, Gulpur and Bimber. These 4 places in POJK, then Memuna Joya, Sialkot, Sarjal, Muridke in Pakistan, and Bhavalpur over here in Pakistan. Our airplanes known to be Rafales did not enter the airspace of Pakistan. Without entering the airspace of Pakistan, these sites were precisely targeted. So, this is what you need to know and understand. Military assets and technologies used. Again, this becomes important. First is this Scalp missile, Storm Shadow, Scalp EG. It is a long range air launched cruise missile. It can be launched from the aircrafts. Origin developed by MBTA, Europe. Platform use deployed from Rafale fighter jets. It can be used from the Rafale fighter jets. Use case precision strikes on hardened infrastructure like command centers, bunkers. It can destroy these, I would say, targets. Previous use in Iraq, Libya, Syria, Ukraine. But yes, now on Pakistan. And this is where on Rafale jets these Scalp missiles were, Then next is Hammer precision guided bombs. Highly agile modular munition extended range is the full form of Hammer. Origin Safran Electronics and Defense. It is a company of France. It is air to ground missile with guidance system. Target can be logged. If the target is moving, it will also move and go and precisely strike that target. Features laser, GPS and infrared targeting. Effective against mobile targets because it can maneuver while it is going. And dynamic battlefield scenarios. Platform, Rafale and other compatible aircrafts, this can be used. So, India is making full use of the Rafale jets and it has been proved to be effective as well. Next is loitering drones or loitering munitions. It is a generic term, you need to understand the word loitering. Loitering means these drones, they keep on loitering, means suspended in the air looking for the target, and once that target is spotted, then it attacks. So, loitering munitions, kamikaze UAVs or unmanned aerial vehicles capable of both surveillance and precision attacks. Till the time it is loitering, it is doing surveillance, it is gathering information, and once the information is gathered, the target is spotted, it will go and attack. By loitering until a target is found. Advantages, real-time intelligence gathering can happen. Autonomous strike capability it is having. Reduced pilot operator risk because it is unmanned aerial vehicle. Extended operational range it is having. It can remain loitering till till longer time. Role in Sindoor, deployed over enemy territory to identify and strike key moving targets with minimal collateral damage. That was the role. Now, significance of Operation Sindoor. Strategic significance. If I talk about the strategic significance, the first and most importantly, you need to use these kind of words. These are technical words when you're talking about or writing about Operation Sindoor. That the strikes were precision strikes and non-escalatory in nature. It would have been escalatory in nature if we would have attacked any military installations in Pakistan. Military installations means we are attacking the government. But it was precision based and non-escalatory in nature. No targeting of Pakistani military installations happened. Intelligence driven it was because these 9 places we identified on the basis of our intelligence gathering and targeted them. Sites were selected based on confirmed terrorist links. We also ensured civilian safety, and that has been there in earlier strikes as well. If I talk about surgical strikes in 2016 in the aftermath of Uri attacks on India, the surgical strikes, surgical means if you have a problem, let's suppose in your gallbladder, and you go to the surgeon and you say, sir, I have a problem in my gallbladder. I want you to diagnose the problem. Then the surgeon will say, okay, after diagnosing the problem, that we'll have to do a surgery and we'll have to remove the gallbladder. ठीक है जी. So the surgeon will only do cuts and impact the gallbladder area only. It will not go to your lungs or heart. It will only go to that area and do the surgery, remove the defected part and do the stitching. The surgical strike was similarly like this. You enter the territory and you only target the terrorist bases, and then you come back without disturbing the civilian population. It was, I would say, targeted strike only. That is why it was called as surgical strike. Surgery kar di humne. It was like this. Surgical strikes was not considered as an act of war, or for that matter, Balakot was also not considered as an act of war by Pakistan. You know why? You need to go into the technicalities over here, because surgical strikes and Balakot airstrike both were done in Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Both were done in Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Pakistan occupied Kashmir is a territory which is claimed by us but administered by them. We have claims over that territory. And since we have claims over that territory, Pakistan cannot call it as an act of war, because, according to the papers, according to the legalities, we have claims over it. So we can't do anything on our territory. But Pakistan is calling Operation Sindoor as an act of war because these locations are in Pakistan. If these operations Sindoor would have been limited to these locations only, then Pakistan would be not in a position again to call it an act of war. But it is calling it an act of war now, because the strikes which India did among those 9 locations, some of them were in Pakistan. Okay. So this is what you need to know and understand about it. Then diplomatic messaging. It reinforces India's zero tolerance policy on cross-border terrorism, conducted in a manner to avoid international backlash or escalation, because India was responding to the attacks done on it. Underscores India's right to retaliate within international law frameworks. So India has clarified that it is under my, I would say, right to retaliate on these kind of attacks on India. And we have ample evidence that terrorism in India is funded from across the border. And that is why those terrorist-based infrastructures were attacked. So key highlights. The operation style was, it was launched entirely from within Indian territory. We did not enter into the Pakistani airspace. Avoided targets, deliberate avoidance of Pakistani military infrastructure. That is why we are calling it non-escalatory in nature. Justification, assertive response to TRF-sponsored Pahalgam terror attacks. It is there. Now I have also included or inserted a list of operations which the army has done or the armed forces have done from 1948 till now. You can go through this list. Operation Polo, that was for Hyderabad's integration. Operation Vijay, that was for Goa's integration, liberation of Goa, Daman and Diu. Operation Trident 1971, attack on the Karachi port, where we blockaded the Karachi port, which we can do now also. We are in a very good situation to do that. Operation Python, follow up to Trident on Karachi, then Tangail airdrop, Bangladesh liberation support. Operation Blue Star to neutralize Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale, removal of militants from the Golden Temple. Operation Pavan, it was launched in Sri Lanka when the Indian peacekeeping forces were deployed in Sri Lanka. Then Operation Cactus, this was launched in Maldives 1987-88. It was aimed at thwarting a coup attempt in Maldives. Then Operation Vijay again reclaimed Kargil during Kargil War. Operation Safed Sagar, air support in Kargil War. Operation Sarp Vinash, Army did it in 2003 and it was targeting the militants in the Rajouri Poonch region of J&K. This is south of the Pir Panjal range. It was a major operation and this operation almost wiped out militancy from that region. Then Operation Black Tornado, response to 26/11 Mumbai attacks. The NSG and Army launched it. Operation Sunrise, Army launched it in 2015 in Myanmar. Anti-insurgency or anti-insurgent groups, the NSC and Khaplang branch was targeted largely, and apart from it, other anti-India insurgent groups were also targeted. Then Operation Bandar, Air Force, Balakot airstrike after Pulwama attack in 2019, it was launched. Then Operation Samudra Setu, Navy launched it, repatriation during COVID-19. Operation Devi Shakti, Army launched it, evacuation from Afghanistan. Operation Ganga, Ukraine evacuation among Russia-Ukraine war. Operation Dosti, this is something which is, pinching right now because we launched this operation to help Turkey. Turkey, Syria, they were impacted due to a massive, or I would say a high intensity earthquake. And there our forces reached well within time. It was a rescue and relief operation. And the Turkish people lauded the Indian forces' efforts. But it is painful to see how Turkey is supporting Pakistan right now. But anyways, we should have a big heart, and it is against our cultural values to, I would say, turn a blind eye on such a huge disaster. So it is like this, and you reap the rewards of your karma. Then Operation Sindoor, Army, Navy, Air Force, it was a combined operation, precision strikes post Pahalgam attack in Pakistan and POJK.